Today we're going to talk about the two major problems in today's real estate market in Rapid City. Let's go. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Morrison. I am a local real estate agent here in the Rapid City, Black Hills area. And I do the show Rapid City Real Estate News weekly just to keep everybody updated on what's happening in the market here locally. If you have any questions, comments, want to ask me about your personal situation, shoot me a call or text, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. Or wherever you're watching this, you can message me or email me back or whatever is best for you. Now, today I'm going to get into obviously I'm going to go over the numbers like usual, and then I'm going to go into the top two problems in our market currently locally that I've been seeing a lot of personally anyways. So a couple things coming up. Interest rates are going up like crazy right now. They're going to continue to climb from what everybody is seeing and saying that knows how these things are affected. So today the interest rate is 4.5%. Just a month ago I think it was 3.25. So just a 1 month, it's gone up a ton. And if you've never seen what the difference in interest rate does to like a monthly payment or purchase power, it's pretty crazy actually how much it affects. So only reason I bring that up is, will that affect our real estate market here locally? I think it will for sure. We're seeing way less cash buyers than we have in the past. They're still out there quite a bit, but way less than we have in the past for sure. So I think those interest rates will affect the market a little bit. So if you've been kind of on the fence of waiting to sell your property, you're like, hey, I gotta time this market, gotta be at the top. Don't know if you'll ever hit the top, like if you'll ever be able to time that perfectly, if anybody will be. But I think now is a good time as any. It's way better than last year, price-wise. But that brings me into my second thing that is the second big problem in the real estate market here locally, and that is appraisals. And it's not a problem per se, but it's really hard to justify some of the prices that we're seeing in the market here because they're setting new records. So for example, there was a house that I was representing a buyer on, and the purchase price was around $380, I believe, but the highest comparable property was like $350. So it's really tough for a appraiser, or anybody for that matter, but especially appraiser because that's what matters for your loan, to go in there and say, yeah, this is worth $380 just because it is. So they have to have value based off of something, based off of something that's sold or something recently, and of course, they can up it a little bit probably based on current market trends, things like that, multiple competing offers. And I think they have to take into consideration what a buyer is willing to pay for it. So that's one of the things they have to consider. But I have run into it a lot, and other agents I know in the area run into a lot of houses not appraising for the value they're going for, and that can cause a whole nother negotiation piece to the puzzle there. So just something to think about. Those two things are happening a lot right now. Stuff not appraising for what they're going under contract for. Of course, there's times where the buyer will pay the gap, or the seller will come down, or they'll meet halfway. There's kind of a few ways they could go about that. Or if it's a cash buyer that doesn't need an appraisal, that is kind of how you get those higher numbers without justification for it. So all this just to tell you, if you're a seller here locally, these are things to watch out for. Also, if you're a buyer in the market here locally, these interest rates, you should really think about it because it's going to adjust your buying power, probably in a big way, depending on the price point, especially though. If you're looking at like a $300,000 house and if your max budget was $300 and interest rates go up another %, your max budget is probably going to be like $250. So that's a big difference in level of house that you can get for $250 versus $300. So something to really think about. If you want to get in the market, I would probably do it sooner than later. And actually, something else that just came to my mind was on the interest rate side of things, you can lock those in, I think, for up to 120 days. So if you want to go like the new build route and you want to do that, you definitely need to jump on that like now. Like you need to get that done now if you're worried about the interest rates. If you're not, obviously it's not as much as a rush. But if the interest rates go up another % and you have to wait even longer and they go up another %, then you'll probably be priced out of your house that you're trying to build. So I would definitely, if I was you, I'd be getting into that sooner than later. Now let's get into some of the numbers here. 26 new houses hit the market last week. $329.9 was the median price. Another good price. That before they were like in the fours forever. Now 329 is a good number. 8 of the new houses currently, 8 of those 26 went under contracts. Not a bad number. 17 houses sold. Here's an interesting stat. You'll see this on here. So of those 17 that sold last week, the median list and sale price were the same number. So that's pretty awesome. Could be because of appraisal issues. Could be part of it. So that's rare to see. We've been seeing a gap every single week. So same price there is awesome. 60 total active houses. Pretty normal for what we've seen in the last 4 or 5 months. Average days on the market is 5 days. And then again, today's interest rate 4.5%, 4.55. So yeah, so everything so far is continuing on the same trend. Everything's going up and up and up. I'm going to release a newsletter every week on market stats and things like that I don't share in here in this video. I share most of it here, but just some other things I'm thinking about or talking about. This week's newsletter will be a breakdown of 2021 versus 2022 housing prices, the increases in different areas and things like that. So if you're interested in that at all, shoot me a text or shoot me a message with your email. You might be watching this based on my email. So if you're not, though, shoot me a text or call or message, and I will add you to that list so you can see that stuff too. All right, guys, I think that about wraps it up for today. I think this stuff's going to continue. And again, if you have any questions, you want to get in the market here, you're looking at selling, buying, anything like that, shoot me a call, shoot me a text. All my info is below. Happy to help in any way I can. Thanks, guys. See you next week.